What is up, guys? Eric here with Team Eccentric, and I am excited, as I'm sure you all probably gathered. So, as we all know, recently, new Mermail and Atlantean support was announced, and not only was new support announced, but these cards actually make the deck even more synergistic. I mean, everybody knew that these two archetypes were supposed to work together anyway, but now we actually have official Mermail Atlantean cards that actually have both, that fall into both categories and work in that way. So, that said, I actually printed a few proxies, figured I would do some testing, and I came up with a couple combos and figured I would show you guys kind of what my thought process is with the deck. And I'll do a couple combos. I know that I am supposed to, be posting some ABC combos, but I'll post that another time. I really am more excited about the Mermail support. So yeah, so this card is going to be, or this combo is going to be a 1-card combo with Deep Sea Diva. It's not Nibiru proof necessarily, but it is a 1-card combo, so it's all, it's all intrinsically 1 card. You don't need any extra discards or anything like that. So, and it will end you on a relatively good board. That said, let's get right into it. So obviously you're going to start by normal summoning your Deep Sea Diva. We'll put it there. So Deep Sea Diva effect will special summon the Neptibus. Right? So now you're going to use Neptibus's effect, and you're actually going to send the Mermail Shadow Bodyguards, which is one of the new cards. Now, what Mermail Shadow, the thing about Mermail Shadow Bodyguards is, if you haven't read the new cards, I'm sure you're all probably wondering, why are you sending a Mermail off of Neptibus? Well, each of the new support cards has subtext that makes them a part of the other archetypes. So, for example, Mermail Shadow Bodyguards is also always treated as an Atlantean, and the other one, the Atlantean Spirit Abyss Rhine, is treated as a Mermail. So you're going to send the Mermail Shadow Bodyguards off of Neptibus to add your Atlantean Dragoons. Now, the reason why you're doing this, Mermail Shadow Bodyguard says that when it's sent as cost for a water monster's effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Mermail or Atlantean straight from your deck. So it tutors out anything you pretty much need to get your engine going and to get all your good cards in circulation. So here, we're going to be summoning the Mermail Abyss Pike. So now, Mermail Abyss Pike triggers when it's summoned, and you can discard the Atlantean Dragoons. So now, Atlantean Dragoons, resolving Pike first, you're going to add the other card, the Abyss Rhine, the Atlantean Spirit, from your deck to your hand. And then Atlantean Dragoons will trigger on a new chain, which will add you Kneeling Glacial. So, now what the Abyss Rhine does is, while it's in your hand, you contribute it and either an Atlantean or Mermail card from either your hand or your field as cost, and then add any level 7 Sea Serpent, Fish, or Aqua monster, which basically gets you to things like Abystius, gets you to Ice Jade, the Ice Jade Azure, the level 7 Ice Jade. It gets you to pretty much anything you need to make your combos fluid and work. The deck works so much more fluidly with these added cards. So here, you're going to use the Abyss Rhine, tribute the Neptibus, and you're going to add your Mermail Abystius. From there, you're going to trigger Neptibus on a new chain, special summon the Atlantean Dragoons. And from there, you're going to Exceed Summon into the Bahamut Shark. So, you're going to use Bahamut Shark's effect, detaching the Dragoons, to summon obviously the Totally Awesome. And you're going to use Atlantean Dragoon's effect. And here, I like to add Abyss Lead. Now I'll show you why in a little bit. There's a certain way that I'm building this deck, and I'm very, very, very excited that this deck is going to work this way. So, from here, use the Abystius, discarding the lead. It's just a special summon. And then the effect Abystius we'll add you the Abyss Gund. So now you have your 5 waters in your graveyard. So drop your Moulin Glacier, rip 2 cards from your opponent's hand. And now you can link summon these into your Marincess Coral Anemone. So now you're going to use Coral Anemone effect to bring back one of the new cards. You're going to bring back the Mermail Shadow Bodyguards. Now the reason why you're doing this is because when Mermail Shadow Bodyguards also has an effect on the field where you can discard a card from your hand for cost and make all water monsters on your field that have levels become level 7. So it really bridges you into Gaios and other things. It's really, really, really good. So from here, you're going to use the Mermail Shadow Bodyguards. You're going to ditch the Gund, make everything Moulin. I mean, Abysstius is already level 7, but Moulin, even Shadow Bodyguards, they become level 7. And then Gun triggers. So now when Gun triggers, target the lead. Special it back. Now, in this scenario, you're probably thinking, oh, well, tribute either the Bodyguards or the Abysstius. Before you do that, link the Abysstius and the Coral Anemone into your new link monster, Neptibus the Royal Mermail. So Neptibus the Royal Mermail is a link 3. All it takes is 2 monsters, including a fish, sea serpent, or aqua, so you can use the Coral Anemone and the Teus. And what it says is, your opponent cannot target water monsters this card points to with card effects. You can only use the following effects of Neptibus the Royal Mermail once per turn. If a water monsters is sent to the graveyard to activate a card effect, you can take one Abyss equipped spell from your deck or graveyard and either add it to your hand or equip it to this card. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can add one Atlantean or Mermail card from your deck to your hand. So this card gets you to the equip spells without actually having to use a Megalo. We do still play a copy of Megalo, but only one copy, and it's really only there for battle phase. But so now we're moving on. Mermail Abyss Lead will tribute the Bodyguards to take another card out of your opponent's hand. So now you've ripped 3 cards out of your opponent's hand. You have a negate that can't be targeted, and then you trigger the Neptibus the Royal Mermail and immediately equip the Abyss Scale of the Mizuchi. Or you can add it to your hand. However, we'll just equip it to the Neptibus the Royal Mermail anyway. Now remember, you made Moulin level 7. So we see summon into Mermail Abyss Gaios. So effectively, what we've done in this combo is we've made both of these cards untargetable with an equip spell attached to the link monster, and we've ripped 3 cards from our opponent's hand. We also have set up, because we have Abyss Rhine in the grave, and Abyss Rhine has an effect where during your opponent's turn while it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and then discard 1 card for cost, and then draw 1 card. So if you have, say, a heavy infantry or even another dragoons or anything of that nature, you can recycle all that. And the other thing this board does is when you use, let's say your opponent uses Droplet, right? So the equip spell falls off. Let's say your opponent summons a monster. Let's say you use the effect of Gaius to negate that monster's effect. You trigger the Neptibus the Royal Mermail and re-equip this, or you can add the other equip spell, which is a new card that's going to be coming out alongside all of this, and it's called Abyss Sting of Trinia. This card is basically a Monster Reborn as well as a way to shuffle back your resources, and it protects your monsters from destruction. So, but generally I would re-equip this and make another spell negate and just make the board even more oppressive. So this is just one of the many combos in Mermail that is gonna be a thing, I think. I mean, this is a 1-card Deep Sea Diva combo. It's ridiculous. Neptibus alone, even without the Diva, actually gets around Nibiru. Diva doesn't get around Nibiru, given you go for this combo, but Neptibus gets around Nibiru by itself. Mermail is going to be ridiculous. The Year of Fire is over. It's time for the Year of Water. And wow, this deck is going to be nuts. It's really going to be nuts. So that's just one of the combos, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I really appreciate the views you guys give us. you know, I know I don't normally do, you know, use proxy cards, but you know, with water, there's no way I'm not gonna, you know, at least get some good testing in with the new support that we're supposed to be getting. So, like I said, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I really appreciate it. Eric here with Team Eccentric, signing out.